Right, in this video, I'm going to be building Liverpool on FIFA 23 career mode. So in this rebuild, we're going to aim for maybe a trophy and to get back in the Champions League. So here's the current starting 11 of Liverpool. As we could all see from last season, they need a massive rebuild in the midfield area. That's going to be the main component of this rebuild, getting a new midfield in, probably another young centre-half. Right, so we are at the end of the transfer window. I've done all the business, sales and bringing in target. So the season is already underway. I'm going to show you the deals first, the sales and purchases. And then I'm going to show you how the squad is going to look for the season ahead. So our first sale was Jordan Henderson for 15 million. Then we sold James Milner for 3.8. Our first signing is Thuram from Nice for 29 million. Our next sale is Roberto Firmino, 30 million. Then Fabinho to Man City for 45. Then Tomiskas to Spurs for 9.6. Our second signing, Mark van der Ven for 9 million plus Joe Gomez. Our next signing, Leon Goretzka for 51 million. Our next signing is Gertrude, 30 million. Final signing, McAllister from Brighton for 18 million plus Naby Keita. So after showing you all the sales and all the purchases, this is how the team is going to look this season. So it's the same back five with Alisson, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson and Arnold. Normally for Liverpool, Matip would probably start, but in this build I'm going to use Kanate. Midfield three, Thuram, Goretzka and McAllister. As you can already see, because the season is underway, McAllister has already got injured for 3 months. So more than likely Thiago would be the replacement. He would come into the team for McAllister as he was injured. And then the starting front three is going to be Mo Salah, Gakpo and Diaz. And then on the bench is Nunes, Jota, Thiago, Jones, Van der Ven, Gertrude and Kelleher. Right, now the reasons behind my signings. So we'll start with the midfield three. McAllister already signed in real life, no brainer to get him in this build. Quality player. Honestly, he's going to do so well for Liverpool next season. Thuram, linked with Liverpool in real life, and they need a lot of midfielders. Fabinho last season was honestly so bad for them. He looks like he's lost so much pace, so much mobility around the pitch. They need a young CDM to come in. It was between him and Latvia for the CDM role, to be honest. Thuram for me was the better option. It's been suggested recently that Thomas Tuchel does not fancy Goretzka at Bayern and they would be willing to let him go for around 50 million euros. For me, for a player who's in that supposed prime of 27 years, he would be so good in this Liverpool team. A great engine on him. He's an all-round player. He can do it all. Defend, attack, win possession back. In the way that Liverpool want to play with pressing high up the pitch, I think he would be fantastic for that. So that's the reason I brought him in. Mark van der Ven, on next signing, great up-and-coming centre-back. I think he might have already signed for Spurs in real life, or he's linked to Spurs. But he's 6'4". I've seen a couple of videos of him. He looks absolutely rapid. And for Liverpool, they've got Matip, who's quality. Joe Gomez, for me, is not at the level that he needs to be to play at Liverpool. So we've brought in Van der Ven, who can also play, as you saw, we got rid of Tomiskas, can play left back as well. Probably not going to use him at left back. Mainly as a centre back rotation option. And then Gertrude, I got him in versatility because he can play 3 positions, as you can see: right back, centre back, and CDM. Really helpful for Liverpool, especially for right back like Trent. If Liverpool want to go more defensive in the game, they can bring Gertrude on. Great defensive cover. As we know, towards the end of last season, Trent was pushed more into this area here, when they've got the ball. So even if they wanted to start Gertrude at centre back, push Trent up here, Gertrude here. If Liverpool wanted to continue doing what they were doing last season, towards the end of last season, when they started going on a good run, putting Trent in midfield, getting him next to Fabinho, Gertrude would be the perfect option because he's got the good qualities to play centre back and also the good qualities to go forward as well as a defensive right back. So in a free at the back, when they move into that in transition, would be so good for them. So like I said already, we're already into the season. I'm going to sim to January, find out how the team has got on. Right, so we're at January. Let's go and see how we've got on in the Premier League. Oh, before we do that, I've just gone over the team and I can see that Van Dijk is injured. Let's go and we'll check in a minute how long he's out for. That is a massive blow to the season if he's out for a while. Oh, so the next game is the semi-finals in the Carabao Cup against Nottingham Forest. Let's just check to see if we're in the FA Cup as well. We are still in the FA Cup in the round 3. Right, so we're currently 6th in the Premier League. My bad. On 37 points. It's not too much in it between... There's 12 points between 1st and 6th, but top 4 is still doable. 6-point gap between us and Manchester United. That's not a great start to the season, to be honest. I was hoping to already be in the top 4. But second half of the season, we've still got 17 games to play. A lot can happen in that time. Let's go and check the top goal scorers in the Premier League. So in the Premier League, Mo Salah is the top goal scorer in the Prem with 15 goals. He's on 5 for us right now, it seems. Who else have we got there? We've got Goretzka on 7. Just what I wanted for him to be bombing into the box. Top assisters, we've got Thiago with 9 assists. We've got Trent with 5. And then we've got Goretzka with 3 as well. Right, let's check the stats of the players for all competitions. But before we do that, there's a certain man who's injured that we noticed before. How long is he out for? Oh, he's only out for 5 more days. Not to worry about Van Dijk coming back from injury. So as you can see, Mo Salah is our top goal scorer in all competitions with 23 goals and 3 assists in 31 games. Luis Diaz with 10 goals and 1 assist in 30 games. Goretzka 8 and 8 from centre mid, which is incredible. Trent 2 goals, 7 assists, incredible. Thiago 2 goals, 10 assists. Seems to be having a really good season at the moment. Must be keeping McAllister out of the team, yeah. McAllister only got 5 games so far. But that must have been out for a while then if he's only got 15 games. Right, as we had the budget, bring in one more signing in January with a man who's actually just signed for Liverpool, and I completely forgot about him. Slobbersley from RB Leipzig, 67 million. I just paid whatever just to get him through the door. It's probably about that in real life as well. Right, I'm going to sim to the end of the season, and hopefully we are in the Champions League spot. Right, so at the end of the season, I'm not... As you can see in the top left corner, once again, it is not looking good. The red exclamation mark is back, and I am in trouble. Let's go and have a look at the Premier League table to see how we got on. Right, so as you can see, 5th place for Liverpool. Another season in Europa League. Oh, it's 4 points for Man United and Spurs, and 1 point off City in 2nd. So there was Europa League for... I really did think we did enough to get to the Champions League. Madness. Complete madness. Let's go and check the cup competitions. FA Cup. We lost in the final. Oh my, it doesn't get any worse, does it? We lost in the final to Man City in the FA Cup. 4-3 on penalties. Carabao Cup. Oh no, that was a Community Shield.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So we lost the Community Shield. I thought we were in the FA Cup then. FA Cup, how did we get on? Man City won that, obviously. Plymouth in the semi-finals. Pieface would be buzzing with that.
Oh, fuck off.
And we got knocked out by Plymouth as well. Fucking great. Round 6, quarterfinals, knocked out by Plymouth. Carabao Cup in the final, but we got pumped 4-0 by Arsenal. Are you taking the piss? Right, Champions League, how did we get on there? Champions League, we got out of the group. Then we just about got past Club Brugge in the round of 16. Quarterfinals, we came up against PSG and we lost 8-3. We must have been leaking goals in. 8 goals against PSG in 2 games. I am a shit manager. So as you can see, the top goal scorer in the Premier League for this season was Bukayo Saka with 23. Then we followed by Salah with 21. Goretzka with 11. Assists, Thiago with 10. Trent with 6. Salah with 5. Very, very disappointed. Let's go and check the all comp stats. So Salah ended on 38 goals and 8 assists in 60 games. Diaz with 21 goals, 6 assists. Goretzka, really good numbers from Goretzka. 14 goals and 10 assists from centre midfield is really impressive. After that, it's a bit drossy. Nothing really too impressive other than Thiago and Trent putting up some good numbers. Calster really didn't get any games, did he? Nunes only 3 games. That is awful. Right, so to conclude the rebuild, we got pumped in the final of the Carabao Cup. We missed out on Champions League. We lost the Community Shield at the start of the season. Battered by PSG in the Champions League. Got knocked off by Plymouth in the FA Cup. Not a great season. First season of bringing a lot of players in mind. Whole new midfield. Liverpool fans can't accept anything lower than 4th place for next season. I've failed this rebuild once again. My luck in these rebuilds have been absolutely awful. I feel like I'm making some good signings, but the teams are just not clicking. Maybe another season and the team could push on, but it is what it is at the end of the day. If you have enjoyed the video, please drop it a like. And let me know in the comments what team you would like me to rebuild next. And peace.